Bueno, tuweta mbere kuatria na unikiri kukiani kiri segment ya Ciaca Na Ugambi tureolelia siasa urede ndene ya muongo yo Kenya kaitene ka maendeleo ne kinya mubangire yua political parties dai kui na UDA ni kubwithia party primaries ikio kia matura expect maybe kithira kine inyene muno lakini ikio karaga kina kuyumba yumba especially ndene ya county ya Meru na Meru political parties no kaiwete na mbere ikiongeleka imbio biongo bikwendelea ndene ya Meru mithika linturi na tumirite kuromba etikia kia governor. Reason why arena billboard na chore bawe because it goes without saying mtu owe nkwenda nikabona na mathithio yake ntukira kwithira kibangania na munya na tumiretie kwina governor mutuma twethingia kwina meri ya kathuri murungi kugakaratia Meru towards mwaka yo 2027 zetu wale kwambire siasira ciambirite kaitene kana ntukinya President William Ruto na chokerete kirima akiwa Mount Kenya ne ya mutethererie kuyukio tongerie bo Kenya mwakene yo 2022 Mount Kenya yori ikaringa kura ere kithatine kimwe ya yonde nikiri bench ya Ciaca Na Ugambi ndina Eric Kimathi tuguchokera ndina Mutweri ndina Mover na challenge wa oversight mheshimiwa ZNDK akura bonene lakini mheshimiwa happy new year na karibu sana na kiri Weru TV so arania bato klokera 23578 na beto SMS through live kiri Facebook through live kiri YouTube mkedra kitoma tumiri chia kura tu itana bere na bobango yo once again welcome.
Thank you.
Kama mbirie na Mover Mheshimiwa ZNDK since last year tutiraonana ukira muno nkona na Chronicles chia mundene yaku ingi okarie ndemena to utarira cia mantu ya but kwena Chronicles chiethera cio ciaku by the way Chronicles ciambi kwa kwandika Biblia.
Thank you very much Mutembei kampambirie na gukethia mutegeri wa Weru TV na kinya muthikiri wa Weru FM na bonde baraba batuthikirite through different channels bere mwire happy new year na mbuge iboega ni for this opportunity ya kuija ntukwenarwa. Actually it has been a while derigete ku engage myself in politics for quite some time, but I think it is healthy. It's a good break known to the county government of Meru, my mandate. Nchokembuge Mantuja Chronicles have been doing some write-ups and it is a way of communicating. There are so many ways of communicating. There are some more communicate through the media. There are some more communicate through Mantujange. There are so many ways of communicating. Na actually I've done a lot. Inipandikita yuku very soon. So the Chronicles were part of what I've been writing. I'm launching the book very soon.
Make sure you invite me.
No, to Ende Mudomi. And there are so many ways of killing a rat. Thank you.
All right. No, then that was ina na njira ya some reform kenda to conclude mata to kwenda kwa area but for the first time kiama kia UDA nyuma yokira for a long time baratumirie bena election chui witana mbere but barenda ku elect from the grassroots kuma mtura munini baititi mtura munene na their slogan no bottom up era so kiama kia UDA kikona following ile gari ni mwaka ni 2022.
Karibu sana ZK yurura break siasa. Ndio rari siasa na ndo Chronicles rari injection. Na indra kuonere inyo kiringa kura UDA
kabisa.
Inde otenchacha mwa UDA leo. Nontu kinya after elections tuko mwenye kwa bathuri na baroka barari digital. Batiromba kwathora na tumenyare no chairman no ngaga twira no nturi party primaries ni untu bobati kureta chacha mwe nkugira tukaigua murutira na kurakare tuja weekend rathire oja ingi ikuga clearly na mbuga nonga ketha ku unge ba ZK bene kuringana ni kiama kia UDA ikiakwire kira giti UDA ti bottom up no atongeria bara ba UDA bakogeria kuwekera muruki period eje monga siasa iki nyaza dike yo gethera tethronga mana kiama kio kia UDA kana ketha karunga mana na kwandika mauku mtu andika mauku rira aumete ne sabbatical kwe mantu aumete kejara idaya primarily na ndia akojukia reflection aka take lessons ko euke onini indication kwena end of the OZK kwena re kwe light at the end of the tunnel akauma aumete kokoro tete kokweru na tukiareke manto political parties. That is my expectation. Kawira Mwangaza naambia kengi gwetwa UMP na kinya we kwena alignments rete na chuto na ke united opposition indi ndeka yongwa no ya kwebera ikumanisha ikonya ni ambuka kwena non it was very highly predicted Kawira Mwangaza baka unite na ba Lenturi na pamunya indi konya ni kwena something new naomba kwethera na ntono ba opasuke sirewe a contempt of court ya move ba mika ba move ga iko ari na court ruling ikuga impeachment ya Karika. It is also a possibility that Gambarira no ready theater UDA Betheka was a key factor in UDA in this region na nuko na Betheka na tonyete DCP na nko na kuena team. In fact, that's the first team to aneteke kiri elections cha 2027 baba nge bonde barari ende tuteko na team munya na kwari ende tuteko menya anto ba munya ri njure we ni riku tuteko menya bakarunga manao kaduri morunge orawe ke UDA nyawe ngo ateko chi aturana ntije ato con le ZK wa da kaduri morunge anto ndije bare ono ki oversight ende bagerete kuerewa kila bakeja kwa governor kana baka senator bateko menya entry kuma kwa Metheka ke UDA na gweta ke DCP na kuga garonga magavana a very high voltage political announcement non to kutonya kwa Metheka ake kwa kuromba kitaka gavana kwa mtu umwe prospect cha kwa gavana chijite kwa akai ndimbuga nyabugo kamenya nuriko tutikumenya we do not know tutikumenya me atuthiroria na nde rwariro kwa ruru rungi monoro wa regional non tukura iringa wa Igembe Tikania na those are the voting blocks na again Betheka comes from Igembe region era a key block era support mutumanto ithinkia na mutumanto ithinkia kwethora a strong candidate expectation yetu twinde na baraba como support na ndio lazima tutege realities orekari was that mutumanto ithinkia and a solid Igembe formation kenda nonto monkadha ino nonto kaduri batachi aturana na Kawira Mwangaza tutamenya kethera akarungama to na two contenders for governor Metheka Lenturi nko kaenda ko Metheka Lenturi Peter Munya na Mutumanto ithinkia. Now these two coming from the same region Mutumana na
tugaya Gracia ya dynamics ya regional balancing lakini berentreta kimbetekeria nini mkwenda zendikia atokia au ina kiama kia UDA kiri because sipo abwithiri thurano nkona kathuri murungi akiwa na kwenda chairmanship wa kiama ki either ndeni ya Kenya na ndeni ya Meru. So UDA ibukuthwania buka kurungama kiama ki UDA Meru kwina backing buko na yaringi kura because kwina rwimbo ro 2 term kwina rwimbo ro 1 term so backing ya UDA kethire kariata miro.
Thank you Mutembe. Maybe you can betikeria I respond to a number of issues.
Yes,
ya Eric Harris mono ya kuga mantre ithurano bietu bia UDA ndenda gwika reconstruct that twaruthuranire grassroots polling station na tukuthurana polling station antu betu bara bashindire in the polling stations ututaere certificate ya election bainachio kou kiama kia UDA gikumenya mwaka thai na inya antu nture ni bakumenya ibao bathurirwe going forward ingwitikia ke team ira ya conduct elections ni go compile the list kenda na the list you ya made public known to after polling station elections twitite na the elections cha ward rindas bakathurwa ni bau bathurure polling station unto 20 per every polling station na bau baitia bathura ward rindas na bau bakathura constituency rindas going forward kwao ndenda kuga kiama kia UDA gitathire ithurano na ithurano bia mwaka county bitakinyirwa ndenda kuga mtu ja kathuri murungi atiromba gite kia ward atiromba gite kia constituency akaromba at the level ya athuri ni wananchi kinya bautu twe members of the county assembly tutarombera itebia polling station ura were interested na kuromba gite akaromba the ward level no tunio most of the ward reps ba represented na nio bakinyete mwananchi so ndenda kuga ithurano bia UDA no bienderete na bigeta na that process mwaka bikinye ward level constituency level bikinye county level then national level kwa na ndi Eric aliuga bakuga o chairman yangabi we are not yet there kange mbuge the elections shari naro itare so much hyped lakini ndenda kuga mtu mume atika kandi kuria kiuthi methene so kaira kandi batu tweti mwe UDA tutigwika manto kandi yetu methene jantu bara bangi ukona bagiamba bagithungutha ntukwenge bejere na ugwe tunkubuna mitiendi tangi bakiura antu. I think that is not the kind of leadership ira tukwenda so undenda kuga kiama kia UDA however much antu bakuga gitina grassroots support it is not yet the easy iraje gwitangugi dai tidasha campaign actually atuku prepare kiama tukeja kwaria na wananchi tubere batu twe UDA na twike manifesto era twali ni 2022 methene na tu ikende deliverables cietu methene twiringa kure on Saturday inda etere go support senator Mushione aringa kura ibonere ndio kiri press briefing turungia tutegete dokwe Mushione yojuri ndoka yeterete kugitata kuja kurugurwa and that is one personally as indicate that is what I support. Ndio support siasa cia handouts, ndio support siasa cia gwita tugitura tutitedia mtu wonde na thoko era ya Mushione yaki igokiria the traders iyokiria farmers iyokiria kila mtu kila kinkaromba president wetu na thirikari ya William Samoei Ruto ni markets iu igwa cia thirikari ika waitere funds de iriture gwakwa mbere tuonete thoko inyingi itura gwakwa inye thirikari nene ika waitere funds ndenda kuromba thirikari i make sure thoko ikwa operationalized iko bangwa ura kwagirite ni kenda antu betu batetheka na undi murimi Mutembei na thina era tuona tuli arimi mono ti kurima marketing of produce ingweti kinya ereke imurimi kidogo atiaga kamunda kanini na inya ereke boba ire batiaga kamunda kanini na inya yes utiaga kamunda kanini the biggest challenge era twithara twini undene yoremi marketing of the produce kwiro ina ma ukampoko orendia siringi igiri no rimite mpoke una siringi 10 so tukomba kuthithirwa market o thirikari yetu focus ite UDA. I think by the end of the day utemurimi utesmile kutemuntu tegwirwa asiasa bategwirwa bara batwire kwiantu mamburu kaja tegwirwa but murimi jawoni no riongi twathithirwa production on tunukona ewi twathithirwa itukomba produce fertilizer in the na ne available na itukume access very well. Bogibo ama Eric Nyoka lega bogibo ama I've done it several times. I've done it several times. Yes. No kuigwa na ndino twitugwikira mborea na into bigakura turienda markets. Market cia abua murimi atetheka percentage ya nyamiro baraba ingiri te arimi percentage ra nene. Let's talk about 70% na arimi. Tukona 70% support ya arimire na inya murimi etetheka mu biashara na utethekera ori na kinya mtu akiura thirikari yetu ite utathi mwamba.
Okay. Eric. Tumenyimbi ore anavyo mheshimiwa but ontukomea angoria very direct question. Thirikari ya UDA Ruto na very popular na kiama kiawe. Urea sitting president kuromba kura na kiama kira arombete yake the previous election. President Ruto ilegele kuromba kura na kiama kia UDA kana tuetera kuona changes in terms of coalition kuibangania kisiasa.
Okay, waga. ZDK boga muno mheshimiwa. Chozo mwako mwere tuchamania. Mwako mwere na mheshimiwa. Tuiregana ria twali mamo. Atutigera kenine. Atutigera kenine. Na ndije na etre atutiga. No igitara mamo nya ria mamo ja rwaga rimwe ko bagire no tweterete nande utiko ndalega nake mheshimiwa no anko to the excitement anko ngwiritwe the way mheshimiwa awuskuma gurudumu eje UDA surprising sana na reality of course mheshimiwa wije reality no teka ground na mheshimiwa imbije ugote waja whatever chagurigie kuna kinyere nange but the reality no kona rokore na the best thing you can do kimutongeri kumwira uma so that mantu jakaraboga mheshimiwa zaidi kengwitikia ngeja yukuna ryaku mbeja ndo mimbi wandikite menya kumenya uketha no kwira munene the reality of course tomba kwa mantu zamano ntomba ko please but mwananchi na kumia still we are struggling na the level mheshimiwa na chimwa bange iputo ete expected but to voice mantu jara to affected either the education sector or the neither to nation to rene or even the county government coming babere nguchogere kiure gyaku kambe kiamene ke UD elections mheshimiwa na hizi grassroots tuna information what happened for by election hizi na nakuwa pa mono baradura na polling station kenda polling station baduri beta kudura right you see what happened MCAs by UDA bara ringa thimu bara sign our the MCA na bara sign areas bagotara anto bao that's why we miss
selective
you see you create a list by polling station that is not true no inku tiankwere ankuge go munene nontorio ukara ambeja ne my perception I want to give them an example where we are losing the ground because if MCAs were and the structure ya administration ya county that they are listing generating a list baraba get in the polling station that's why you see it was not really hyped na yuko mheshimiwa a confirm ga tere candidate kwa medene cheka rungu kende gitari banga ko they knew what they were doing but it's unfortunate that Kiama Kambirio there is no grassroots ownership because purely party should be owned by people but in reality the selected few decided na ino bako detached niko na kuna UDA ka detached by the people bakadha batina bateyamwe and that's the reality na ambire kwithia now they spend investment ya better na mbi na kuweka ntoke na ba onira popularity but down the ground from the polling centers with Yegoro already wamejipa. That's quite unfortunate. That's what happened. That's why you see no one even interested kumenya norare watu rontorene wakilishwa UDA and that's unfortunate bit. I have information I know and I was somewhere restira generator ko have this information mheshimiwa that's where we are losing it but if tokoambia kuwa it's a party owner people who own the party announce, sensitize, ensure people with that area in the polling station they are aware there is a election going on for a party officials also. Go Meru, as you said, last time Meru arena rating ine mo na UDA. There was a lot of love na wendo bunene mono na co own the party, but down the line 3 years 4 years it's like ikiama inyoka kwetaniro UDA is something else bana, because even paraba kwenda ku aspire kwa tongeria, no one even want to dream koronga mahete ke UDA. That's why as I answer you, history ni twitene since a multi-party uratuambiririe, every election cycle there must be a regrouping. Nyani ni ware but they want to maintain our area, kuchange mzitu. The only thing they will do is change party. Na ikitu miokona, there's a lot of investments in terms of the current politicians. Bayoku wajipange at least Pedro Ben benefit from the structure yake jaroiku, not because of UDA, but the formation yake jaku in 2027. That tells you even the president himself, tukwadite story rokire, is purely doing this for survival. It's not a bottom up thing. It's survival. Because ikitha in bottom up, the party as ilikuwa na ideology. Toa chata ira toa saindire koko mheshimiwa. Inyingi muno toirio tukadhirwa in 3 years. But every single year, every single utterance, every policy ana change from different, anabadilisha kila siku. It tells you there was no ideology, there was no belief. It was purely political survival. Now the president and the current setup, the same thing akodhivia. Even the structures you see around, they are not meant.
So we rerun with the same party?
No. There will be a formation in 2027. You see now he has influence ODM area negotiates na UDA. So that to form a new alignment in 2027. So it will be a political alliance in 2027. It's not it either ina. Can you believe ile kuga there is a party, a strong party ikadhira in the next few months. Right. Yes.
Eric Nanjire nkwe mbere ya kile mheshimiwa nikuona na kwena mantao pile na kuandika kile akirine. So is there anything ya trikare ya Kenya Kwanza ya ku make antu Bomet Kenya kana Meru pa believe kile kiama ka UDA towards mwaka ya 2027?
Well, UDA is the ruling party. True. UDA ni njene thirikari. UDA ni janire kirikanire na antu Bomet Kenya. Na ikino ntoto kuga ituko observe muno na tutu kinya even these elections na mbi tuko riari motivation na reason elections ijimbio no bakware mantu ja promises no bakware mantu ja revival of a party party re but kwithirwa igikinya na area tokiare rukiri tukwaragia mantu ja education system tukugana thaiji bari choka skuru bairi keke babati kwetana kyo bakethira skuru baretu even more toraria mantu ja kiama kiongwa kireketie kikeja keje na deputy president na deputy owe baina promise ende gategate ne baita umwe twethora twina kutena consistency no ntuto kwa remanto ja charters cia saini kwa ina county charters kuringana na oni ni ati antu nyake tume bakwethora batena enthusiasm egutonya kiamenege kina go participate ke inya it's a process antu go feel betrayed kwa ina promise bottom up punaandisha economist tumetaga demand sided economics kunyia kuongera disposable income era kianto bandi hiyo ni basic ku kintu kia mbere ku reduce taxes kenda mbechira mtoti kwa nacho chithira chichi ethau kenda economy ekura from bottom to up ZK akware mantuja tinera arimi pa kurukira nontu yana na agricultural county kawe market is not a building ekethera ne upo kuthogania kiri UDA tu thinene nontu thinera tu ne market is beyond an infrastructure thoko ara marketplace antu bagweta kuthithia atia is a whole system gutega value addition nontu kinya tukona market ki buildings ira bakuthithia gute value turongera murimi nontu to expect idea ira introduce etengero Singapore purely industrialization kenda kethe marigo ndarene na marigo mitungu twithirwe itukuthithia value addition ke marigo jari kenda tumba kwithirwa arimi beto bakigunikaga. I think in common kira tukuga ni ati rhetoric UDA kana miromo ya kinaincho imantu akenya bairigirite bakara naincho inde baithira ingana igutwirwa nthi nontu kinyaba keja ba brandite atia nontu utumba da izi kwira twariria tuga ningwa nontu ZK mbigiro reto mamore agweto tware oki jurere yai o mwana ku support rikareji tuinde rikare gutonye twae na hope na itweti state house twambire gweta tigonto mwanya kwarire manto cha witi nambire ari ku ajamiru ende orogendo twithera new promises kinyatha aiba kuthi elections by na promises ingi injeru ko mo Kenya especially o Mount Kenya aja na nogi story na promises after promises.
Wow. Mheshimiwa ZDK, now take your time because we were the sentiment from Kim and yes, Eric Square.
Eric Square.
Tumejaribu kuona we take notes lakini kuna something.
It's a serious business.
It's a serious business. So why shouldn't Kenyans support can be very specific. Meru na Mount Kenya East I support thirikari ya William Ruto na ntubo Professor Kithure Kindiki kana no ntubo kinyaniria bura thirikari kinyaniriti.
Thank you Mutembe very chokia kiuria kiu ka I want to address at least two issues ile share one my colleagues my panelists Eric Square. The first one ni ithurano bya UDA Eric Kimathia kuga kureo net list ikirigwa cia baraba kathurwa akwenda gukanusha
mantu bakathura I don't know
whatever the case lakini akwenda put the records clean that batwi asiasa tutaere involved kiama kia UDA na baraba banganania mantu batatu involved kire mantu jauja ja kura cia UDA actually jauni personally na wijende mutongerio munene kama kia UDA uniandetre polling station kulinga kura na ntubarande thire barabaci andikithitie na baromba ite ibo twaringire kura so gutwira kwira antu betu MCAs bandika list. I think it is really unfortunate na ira kuroyo andika MCO wouldn't part of that team na nta participate in anything kinyara ndigera kura ibaije kabarombere gite barite magana jaire na ndeta ndabathura no tuni ntaromba gite at that level ko bo era kwino jakarikire then itari wishie UDA no akora bara tukwara area na tutiobenda kiamene gitu amba bara bakuthithia mantu sai tutiobenda i kiamene gitu
kwa kwetha nurora hari sabbatical
no te sabbatical ntera ngenja wako ndira sabbatical rigwa kiama kia UDA ntera sabbatical rigwa kiama kia UDA no tunde ndia senior leader wa kiama kia UDA even in the assembly kwau tolerie timu ile coordinator batura batire nda ku involve wana siasa no ndumba be involve in my area atubanga bakamatuka and that is what happened ara kwaandika wa list kule antu nya baandika list bageta bageka runguru etanda bakairia antu niyo baikirie so kule akora baba ingi muno bathithia anything just to sell their name. But I want to confirm that kiama kia UDA gitari na any interference na bara bathurirwe oni njamutongerio UDA and a lot of faith in them na inkubetikia na ingwetikia grassroots support yetu ikendelea gukura nereo. By the way, I want to dispute that tuna grassroots support kwari na lot of ndio system kire antu bara benda ite na bau benda ite ibo ko support thirikari yetu na ibo tukawa na bo going forward na inkwenda gukatha untu bumwe democracy ni eja mtu nini ya kuuga ura kenda na gwita maoni jara kenda so inko respect maoni ja Eric Boba iri no ntu ja wi maoni jao kin democracy actually utimu mtu kinyo mote bui gwita maoni jao ora bui gwita nchoke mbeze ange na nde ndo choke bo Eric Kimathi kambete ki Eric Mutweri baize bona na marito jo anchoke ki Eric
mau
mantu ja kuuga antu betu uti services bonete buinya bu dispute ugitaga from a bigger perspective Eric Yaruga markets te buildings I want to dispute that kinyatha antithomete economics I am a trader impenda ya ingura indita indita biashara chonde utegindu ntere impenda nyagi tuga shilingi 5 ya 10 kya 200 kya ngiri kya milioni o pamba iriande utegindu ntenda ya because utembesha itetumi mbesha yonde ere in your account iri na itumi nyaga tonye shilingi 5 so ndenda kugatiri kanjuke for example ndariria thoko ire mwishone yaki ndariria thoko ya kamachege ngushokeri nyangi Gideon Kimathi nkatho muno ntibos kuma thoko yu karugurwa mbere thoko kamachege erugurwa thoko eu kwari na thine mbe ya marigo jairiera mpumete jagura wa shilingi 50 unda kura marigo ndata yonde ndakura marigo mndene joko ndagitate ndata no ntumuri ari yakwiri shilingi 50 lakini thoko ekurugurwa kamachege no it is near my home thoko eu yatumire bei ya marigo yaitia thai irigo nkwendia ngiri thoko eu that was the starting point kurugura thoko na ndi kwina nyagintu kingi gito storage in marketing storage ya produce trasma weta irigore aku atema weta wone muguri wendio thayu so value addition you Eric akwariria it is still a process kaumba kwaandira value barabarene ugenda kwaandi value to products wetoge kabarabarene arangari gukurukiro kandi value there must be a place arabomba kuthithia mantu ja kwaandi value so I disagree that structures are not important. Structures are very very important nyagwa ku kethiro kenda kuthithia ntu no moko thithia ga store ara we joge ka into ko we kabarabarene ko ga mwikano utumba gwikara amwikano ara gukurukira kara na bagukurukira so ndenda kuga atiri mantu jara thirikari yetu kuthithia imantu ja manene jara jatathithwa kairi antu nabo betu bamenyerie to handouts to kunenkerwa shilingi 1 shilingi 2 na ndenda kuga for any development kana for any milestone ya thirikari kinyenjeku Eric Square ndi nyenjeku ukenda gwaka nyomba ya ngoroba no mwanko chinye no mwanko inye mwekuru no mwanko inye twana no mwanko inye muturi na ba complain nontu ura baratonya mbotiki ra bakwenda batira so ndenda kuga thirikari yetu taxation ni gwitikiria reo but we hope na itukuona matunda number 2 ndenda kwariria mantu ja urimi bwa kawa oni president tukwira ringi ejite ku naja uri mikombo na kwira ari mikombo na ejira arauga arimi ba kawa mbese ciao iraitirie bairi wa kuma 150 shillings per kilo mbese ritari wa kairi undi na ara gwitikia mantu no tutiri makawa ndaringira chairman yoko ndiri wa iria kwa no tumurimi okawa munene tamuria ntukuria chairman no tumurimi okawa ri iburi ambira tiga tutikwarisha ruto turi 150 ciari 150 kai 110 wege ntu keja ki mbese tutari wa kairi makatero jaraja ya arimi bonde bengirwe including bauboku anga ba manifesto anga ba ibenda ku ya arimi bengirwe so arimi bakawa they are smiling all the way to the bank tore amwe nchoke betege kithomo kitu mpande kite antikoriru nyika
ko bachogirio
nchoke nyage kithomo ankwariria mantru na arimi bo ibantege nyame brother kwa first born wetu ngi retire ni age ningi thiri ndamuria ntukuria andi kuria gwa kawa no tuikore mari my brother itukenya kwaria cia Ruto gakura aimbira kuma ndari makawa ndi muthaka ndona mbeca ira monete thai na ndiri bau batinganiri bau ndenda kuga bara batinganiri ni antu batibui
ni antu bamira
ngoja tu ambitete au kambeja kemira nte kwandikite mira ende kambeja kemira education
yes
education oni mantu ja kithomo na naru ndenda kwaria ndi muthomi umunene ndi support Ruto 110%.
Reason?
Policies you what opposite
okay.
Policies you a change it na you agwika na ndi mwira president endere o au ukeberia kuguru ku no ntu one kithomo policies tia tuirire ku cheka wane antu buga batizi ura bakuthithia number 1 ndenda kuria eri kibo baire bambire no werire thirikari ri eri ombere oni mwana kwana kwenda kurirwa kigerio ntumba kuria nani alisema kuja policy ya kuwa mtu mwana wonde arirwa kigerio it's a very poor policy na ni ekwata wa economy no ugite president Ruto arirwa mwana wa kigerio ro kuthithia na nakumba so what I want to encourage the thirikari
new standardize ana ponte gutego te mwana uri uru kana uri
ndio standardize in terms of paying ku standardize ki accessibility ya kithomo utiumba kuga atiri thirikari ndira na woni nkumba then economy endere kwa hat mbeca iu icio tukuromba na aria omekenda turira mtu wonde kigerio nugo ugira mwana wonde arirwe mbeca cia help cia kithomo gutineto oni ntirirwa nintenda wakweja kurirwa eja
no tu no kumba kurea
yes no tu kumba kurea so ndenda kwira mtu atiri o wenderete na thithie policy ya affirmative mtu uri orinde buru tikumba kurea atethu arirwe atethu ora kaumba ku access education mtu ja oni sendk oni nyankerwa ndecia pararero nkarea nkagita nkarea nikino mtu oni kurirwa so oni njuga ndiguru ici kira yagite kira etwire yagite imuntu ja Ruto okwenda change archaic systems cha kwa economy systems cha kuthukia ndiguru okwenda wichange eubokuwa onda gituma kiu kende resistance but kuti success it resistance kinyemwe kuti success etebi it resistance
ankondo wathila
yes
Eric Eric Square Mheshimiwa Ritwira ute president ungiwe ya wina reforms chumbo tethia ndi tibala Rais William Ruto.
Okay.
Do you agree policies ya Rais William Ruto to change Kenya the last 3 years?
I think I've only been a lot of respect for Mheshimiwa Katije na itana mokoro kwa atije na nde oni pedro akiaria mmoja ishimarire muno ndo nkao ronda na nde but one I want to defend Mheshimiwa itugire rukire we are all beneficiary of the system.
Yeah.
Why we deny the next generation the same system that we benefited from? Na batiumbira. Because we all went to university na help na tuaria nitokolea Ruto. Why we do deny our generation the same? President Ruto, if it not were for the free education and the system that made in the secondary, I didn't get it. Let us be honest. We cannot deny the next generation at our expense. The only thing we can do, invest in the system that ensure mwana wande akudhoma, whether you are from the rich, whether from the lowest background. Because there is no criteria. But it is the system now is corrupt. Mheshimiwa akwambiria antobeta university ako change the model. Mheshimiwa, do you know how many people missed, how many careers that we killed for the young people but are joining university? Because doing a normal degree, it will cost you around 700. That time, people missed with the university. I have seen people, Hana, Dorene, Paremikore is better that time, until the system was changed. Tell me, that time, how will they recover more? And let's be honest, even if Tukuga is a policy driven, I know African style to be decisive because we're not in a farm. But you should also consider the benefit that you the peasant farmer to reach where you are. You also need to rethink. He was an economist. Na tarama dabu jaka ingiana. nani ba school hii private hii chiambiririwe, it was meant to mwana mwachiario kawaida uro tukumba secondary nia na benefit. I've seen ana bathomete day school na be kuraja mona bagwatai na plus na B plus and the rest na bakaribwega. Ko we cannot say that Kibaki what he did it's wrong for Mheshimiwa Ruto, because we are all beneficiary out of the system too. Even if na make the policy direction, he has been able to kill to cancel into corruption. The wastage. Why does he talk about the wastage? Because we can never go to Singapore where last people are stealing. Now they tona achoreba obedi mambecha kiro seriously and tell us Mheshimiwa that he is making decisions. No, the best thing you can do Mheshimiwa and ikuwera Mheshimiwa today, corruption is killing us. No one uto kutekwanda kora ushuru. I have a company they run and I have staff that I pay. Na incoverera. It doesn't mean I don't want to pay taxes. But I cannot pay taxes whereas I see watu wanabeba pesa na gunia. It pains Kenyans. Seriously. It pains Kenyans. We cannot shade ourselves kugatire what is reality. If you have unable no komba weto kona Mheshimiwa no amwera, that the information that you want to give Mheshimiwa. Agriculture is a devolved function. Ana kazi gani ya kujenga soko? Is a fundamental responsibility ya governor. You see it in a county assembly. Why would you arouse on to structure? You know that better than governor, than the president. You see it in the county assembly, and you know funding are not enough because the government is still holding funds that are meant for county government. It really pains me, Mheshimiwa, to see whereas you know agriculture is a devolved function. He promised that he will devolve functions. County, narrate the function because functions should fall funds.
Cool down.
Why you talk about housing? Why you talk about housing?
Yes.
Whereas housing is a function a county. Is that true? These things is purely politics. Kujenga structure, see what you're doing, but the real thing, the governor, the president is not dealing with. Singapore, the prime minister of Singapore, if you want to study how Singapore became a Singapore, Kenya achoreba ba Kairon Kingo, but because achoreba they are just dumping. Koto dimira mbecha kiro na ba todima na ibara ugaba choera ngireka no kenda bombo ibanga na koto banga rainine koto retorokea po toja fund egoto anga kole ita empowerment seriously. Mheshimiwa, we are tired. That's why I'm saying Kenyans are tired. Are seeing to athomithuru kibaki na bangi to amenya bichi na movie na idhoki. Kwa hata kama ukiongea Kenyans are seeing na reasoning na hiba kumenya. The best thing as a young person na mtu kumenya ora toka kuendelea is to tell young people kana ananchi president ako siasa survival ya 2027.
Mutwiri turusu ya kiri Mheshimiwa.
Hey, acha kai pa distinguisha Kenya. Bench nera ngande. And I think very unfortunate kuigwa ZK mutongere wetu akiuga atiri ino werere thirikari ati mtu na kwenda kulirwa kigeri. And nkuga very unfortunate for such an utterance. Non to education ogima bamwiri ireche to social goods irresponsibility thirikari 100%. In fact utekinge anto badura thirikari uto dure thirikari mwekera byakorea methene na thirikari no wekire byakorea methene na njira mwanya mbere eco save costs ogo ugire nyachiringi 5 matters a lot ko mbechire chekigerio chikateithia kio gigutwa disposable income kintu kia mbere na kira tukugera ati ogoti uti mtu ena thina kuri ogoti na turi agogoti kenda tuturania mbecha kenda thirikari skuru gira tukwariria ringi twaragia tukuga o skuru ira wene on tore ni kugera bodo public school skuru ira ogeta ntura enu ekari ora othomaga we muritwa no to chiakirwe at independence ikino ndo tukuga education system niwe create opportunity mwana nkya na mwana ka create ata tiga kwithirwa niko wa o mtu on the opportunity kuta kuna thina ZK kwithirwa antu bakuthoma free from nursery to university ndigoroja Botswana ire tumrete rasmali chao cha Diamond ukateka documentary people in Burkina Faso are proud of their resources no ntu ichibathomithite muchiari atitite nyachiringi ntekwenda kuga kawe na hangover thina iria tutwere ira turite no tubathirikari inthuku kukara jeka icho tubati guturira forever no it is possible na ne uto expect mbere tuja waka nyomba no kinya Singapore era thirikari eje ambite kuka Singapore ne otwetite Singapore ensured education is accessible in the education area kenda tuja kuthithia industrialization ira antu ba ma factory irio baambire gwaka nyomba cia housing no ruto na kugatire arekete kijana giko high speed ke nyomba cia housing antu bara borara nyomba ri na where are they going to work no kuona i priority is wrong na either ekethero no ntu bara baingi kuga bakiaria bare aria bakauga ati they go fail previous leaders but kinyarande with the current leader gintu kya mbere kya tuitheke ki planning itwitete ngwena ZK na ndare economist ndare plan noku kintu kya mbere tuthithagia twamba kuithia kintu kitwa situation analysis utiumba kubanga utukumanya aria turi ikethwa icho thina chonde tukudila chio bati kwithora ukichimenyaga toka work kuchi sort out mbere no kuona so we have a problem in education healthcare that is education tukwaria tuinde turona jaka tu privileged but we are a disease away from poverty no kuona
sure
itokware mantu ya universal healthcare contributory across the world no tutai turariria generation kuthite research ogambika bere nyatingo tuinde ya bere speed ya tutera muji tema na itokona mtu na following kuruki even media houses in this republic turariria generation ikumba kutaga ikamenya what other nations are doing research nyonyenye kinya German ire thithi ambite kugeria ku achieve universal health care through anto kuitaga kantu kanini kugitagwa it took 100 years kenda Germany yomba ku achieve universal health care. Universal health care ka achieve wa ithirikari ongwa ku invest kino ndukukura mbere twambe waka nyomba we need to sort out education free it is possible no nto rato ya planning ja vision 2030 iko arena mutaratara twagirita itutigere 2030 4 years thirikari ici itiukaraja yo ina responsibility ku achieve vision 2030 ne ambete ko twa new ideas cha ku differ kuma kabisa ke the vision kuambia another idea a fantasy no ntukutere kote founded idea a Singapore no to Singapore those are the things education co support no to the area okay education is not CBC it is government that is starving the funding of that system markets ntukorega tuina markets anko anda tuteka beyond the idea of markets not to
in that seconds
exactly what is the motivation of these markets it we get to kwenda budgeted corruption to kwaria mantuja markets are a devolved function to ina budget nene it we get jara mainge Kenya ina budget 4 trillion nyanguruki nations inge ndo to achieve development lesser motivation ya market ijire ni mako tede murimi uria kana ni ora ruto akurunga makianja yako hapa nilisikia market ni 100 million lakini nimeongezea ikue
milioni nyingine
milioni 800 if feasibility start imbi arongera re imbi inform beche ira icho chikueja kuthimwa nai so these markets itoko achieve value for money for these markets what is the budget of those markets you have talked about if we were sincere that's a conversation we should have no beche ira chitu meka kwa market you na value addition yetu kuthithia hata tukwaria the problem is corruption
right Mheshimiwa ZK I know you will respond to that but ukirespond kimantu yeu, I want to ask you a very genuine question. Mheshimiwa Kathuri Murungi is a senior leader in this county and in Kenya, the deputy speaker wa Senate. Itumone tekeni mechemani nywana champion 2 term. Mumeiru arendenda kumenya relationship ya Senator Kathuri Murungi na Governor Mutumanto Ethinkia. The political kana what kind of a relationship anto babe ni respond kiu, please factor my question.
Iboya kampambe ncho mbaririe mantu sali lwa iri aja uju mbere mankuiro nyande na ngova
You need to come for more.
Now observe it, that's why I don't know. It is really quite unfortunate. But I want to say
that was on a later note, I think.
No, it's all right.
Yes, yes.
I can't take any offense.
Yes, yes.
Nande Uncle Dakuga Merema, I totally agree with you that the Inera to Union in Kenya, nothing in the country, both at the national government and in the devolved units, is corruption.
Kwamba.
I agree with you,
yes.
And I don't support corruption. Na mtu onge corrupt uni mtu support na mtu ligere nyakure kwa nyampai. So I agree that's a problem, and it's a problem that the president should address. Non to mantura ja ujonde nyaje mkwalije ja kithomo actually ndariria mantura kithomo ukimake accessible and gite kwa the economy such that nyamuturo okumba ari wa better. That is what I was saying. Ndiugatiri thirikari kadhiria corruption. Non to actually corruption ni othe inera igutuma antu akenya baigwa buthuku. For example nkiongera ja gwa ja corruption mwana omuthini ndene Kenya na nyamarire mwana omuthini ationa ara umira nonto kwa access any opportunity atiumba nonto atinai. That's a fact. Kwina thina nene ndene Kenya corruption na that one in president na kunya ninkuga kwina thina nene corruption.
Why does
wow.
it?
No.
He speaks, eh?
No, let me finish. Now, it is the responsibility of leaders, but in charge, including the president, to fight corruption. Wow, I wouldn't support corruption. Na inkuria munene okwa, pateri ndo okwa, au kaukerie ndo aya kurwanai na corruption. Ikeja kwethura kwibuba kuthima mbeca na kilo. It's so unfortunate nkenda ya sukuma ja siringi 5 kenda onika ndo gatonya account-ine. It's so unfortunate. Na woni mtu urantura maisha yako ndo vile process ya corruption ikale kinyanda nderandi, and I don't do that. And I don't support it. Kwa mtu onde wali corrupt. No ndo buru ibonete, it is true. Kinya positions gai kwendwa everywhere. They are being inonete nyomwere ne kwa nkiuga everywhere gai kwendwa.
Drone nyabaro atia TC ne kwendwa.
Kila kitu agi kwendwa. Inonete nyage ke page kwa Facebook nkiuga what matters these days is the brown envelope. You have seen me say.
Yes.
At the 2 levels of government, corruption is rampant. That one I accept and agree. And someone must take responsibility.
Yes.
I also say that somebody must take responsibility. No mtoro kwa disadvantage corruption imuthini.
Kabisa.
Na kwanza ere kite ina taxes kanambi au ni othe na yonde mbie ere nonto gute mwana wa muthini ukumba kwa access anything. It has even gone to the other institutions, even education institutions. Corruption iratonyere no utinwetire thai. Corruption actually thirikari ne kina kwa governance yakiri, even other small institutions ni iratonyere no. So we are not safe.
Yes.
On the side of corruption, I'm also not safe. Including all of us, we are not safe unless someone takes responsibility. Corruption igatuthiria ndene Kenya. Kwanza the devolved units inokuthuki buru. The devolved units inokuthuki buru.
But vendi batatwira corruption itethira Kenya.
Oh no wawire.
Wadi.
Oh nande oh nyate buri kwethurari obisini abu kuthwa buterwe tene.
So it's a culture.
Otiumba kuga it's a
It's an irritant culture.
No, you cannot say it's a culture when I'm not corrupt.
Okay.
And maybe somebody else is not corrupt.
But never have you go back it's a culture.
Baraba yuko kuga bate munene ora mwandikite take responsibility. How can you say it's a culture ya kuyanto? It is not right.
But really mheshimiwa, ukia kuthiri economic and development president na kwa corruption ni tethira.
Jawi maoni jawe, ora Eric agita jawa, kana respect na Eric ora agita jawa, kana respect.
Yes.
Utumba wa associate maoni ja mtu na president no to the president.
Then those people should be fired.
Then that is why I'm saying somebody must take responsibility.
The fact that
somebody must take responsibility. Somebody must take responsibility.
Sure.
Kiri corruption irere ararungamirite omuntu onde ararungamirite urethe school urungamirite you must take responsibility urethe county urungamirite you must take responsibility urethe raigwa CEO wa parastato ere kwendia positions you must take responsibility na then by appointing authority if they don't take responsibility appointing authority na take responsibility actually the teacher service commission alimo bambera iro imbere okuna yani ndari mwalimu ende ndaunere mbere batwira iro imbere
okuna
ndekuna kwa gukire buru so every aspect ya guku it is very bad yani ute omba kuga we are safe I agree with this panelist 110%. Now my take is somebody must be held accountable.
So now tell me this before we transition on to enda tutumira ndake mugire
bero moje kire kama irengerekanyo. There is no way motivation ya guita neretete mantu za zonda. There is no way president can donate 100 million in a week. We expect root ba pate chombe cha donate. Yes. Is he donating 100 million and salary that and you look at the budget about more state house you can see the problem is not juniors is the problem.
Okay. That same question 1 minute. Corruption is a problem to Gitakaniri. Nande Curia if you know national problem. Naruto hakorema ko deal with that problem. Then Ruto is a problem and he should go.
Yes.
Why? Other nations, even Singapore, corruption was the biggest problem. Rwanda here, I've been to Rwanda in Kwerete. In Rwanda, Kagame has jailed Rwanda 5 ministers on corruption. The nation, the Tokwa area, are narrowing down to corruption. If we want to save this nation, we need to deal with corruption. Na corruption leadership, whatever na back, back has to learn somebody. It is the leader on top. Not to a cascade. When we do not tolerate corruption, you are a leader. You cannot go carry the aspiration of the people. Everywhere, people are saying corruption is making us to be poor. Corruption is mtu naro ama atena pia Korea. Anto bakua no to batena batekomba gweta sibitari. And then tokaretokea raia corruption like to batu address issues inge to address the main issue. Ruto has failed to deal with the issue of corruption. He cannot be very personal about the issue of corruption. Not the people who are weighing money are around him. No corner. In Singapore, corruption is in the entire nation. A minister of ICT, next to President Lee, if engaged in corruption, I expect aka protected the president. Narea President Amwebere, that guy did not wait for the court system. He hanged himself. That culture is a cascade from top to bottom. If Ruto is serious, everything we are talking about, scam in Shah, if he really matters about Aretere Shah is of the people of Kenya, billions have been lost. But he talks like he assumes. Billions have been sent to county governments, like for example in Northeastern. No schools, no infrastructure, an allegation. That thing is not even bothering the president. President is busy politicizing, funding that, politicizing that issue. If corruption is the biggest problem in our nation, and Ruto is not able to tackle it, then I don't believe.
So we are away from corruption. Now, my question away from corruption. Now, to the county level, relationship here, I have never seen in history kutona ngwataniro ya senator na governor. Ngwataniro ya senator Kadhuri Murungi, the deputy speaker, na governor Meru. ni ya kurita ngui kana ni coalition ya future ya siasa cia 2027?
Euria kiu mbere chokia kiuria kiu agichokia kio kambuge kuweri kiu kwenda still kuariria antu ya corruption.
Yes,
corruption is not about the top leadership alone. Kinya ugwe you have a role. Every one of us has a role of fighting corruption. Angbuge and queen utimtu tena role ya fight corruption. Mtu corruption iri kinya na nturene tuli. Iri kinya na nturene tuli. At one time mwakuru mwe very quickly ngwa njai mukuru aina ana batantatu. Mutaene na ana bangana batantatu enginja mukuru. Watu ana ofisine bara batwana leta na unja bakenjerwa kwa mukuru bakamwinga bakauga were maraya sibu akanenkerwa ganto bakamwinga. Do you know what I did? Ndetire ofisine watwana ndabera ndiringa methe bugurengi nabo yakabuka mwakora kala mutaene na ana batantatu ana bangana batantatu urokenda kuzo kuringa maraya na ana batantatu nyomba twarie nima ana na te ana banini bamwenye ni ana banene atanira muthako mutaene ndetire ndaringa metha nderwanga sibo ndoke bahati mzuri na thimu sibo ndamuringira ndamwira kumbafu ini ngakubutithia ndamuringa kubutithia yani unenkairo magana jaire au mwakora mutaene na ana batantatu mwakuru kada achokerie nja na gatioro ndachokere nja na nande nja ana iba kuthoma bwega inya mukuru ura mwengite ara gucanga mono twati kono murugira nande no yurire nguone ni ukwenda ukwira atiri corruption is the problem no ntu nukugwa mwe corruption aikwa ungia corruption magana jairi mwe kuru akara mutane na ana bangana. So everyone must take responsibility iwoni arande ni uti issue ya corruption
point to home.
Yes. So tanande kire
yes please
kire mantu ja Senator Kaduri Murungi nabo na ngavana Mutuma Ntwethinkia nuonete bakithiuruka bare amwe na oni ntiumba kumenya kethira uchore bawe political kana kethira personal kana kethira ni atabukari no ntutu ao mbirite uchore bawe ura bukari it is on record utona oni ndingatene abo.
Yeah, I've not seen
you.
You.
No to the challenge oversight na anko banga oversight. So egeja kwithira utona unini gatene hapo no ntuntathi gatana hapo ntimenya ki urabeta itananya na ntimenya mubango yao na ntimenya urababangite. So what I can say is that ukenda kiuria kiu gichokwa bwega uchwe itha ngavana Mutuma Ntwethinkia
kana senator
agucokeria kana Senator Kaduri Murungi agite atia agucokeria no tumia I don't know how they are rating.
Fair enough.
You can attest utambo na
kigurano very true. So Eric tukirikie no twinkwenda mheshimiwa tukirikinya watueleze mantu ya GBV tukirikie in seconds. What do you maybe kwira antu baraba utwana because a lot of people are watching us?
Well, around the discussion hiyo onde ne kwanyania uwo tuthikiriti muringi kura orote na kura najo kikura tukutaka tona ndiguriri kurite equality atongere bara bathurite nontu ria tukwaria mantu ja leadership na backstops at leadership mwakuru wari na nturene achoke nontu mutongeria ura mutongeria ja ushu na ko eu ne kero gwaki bau batukagia nkukumo maturene ko kuma eguru para ba ku entertain kiugi utwathina mutongerero gateje Kenya ni ura wina guts no kuigwa ura wina ochamba pakomba kurwa na corruption head on.
Thank you. Kim
one kambuge iboga Utembe for this engagement ya rukiri na nya abategeri bara batuthikire te rukiri ba ku pick one or two things on issue ya Mutuma na Only I'm a supporter ya Mutuma. I've seen him all through. Na ingwitiki is a goodwill kiri witibwambere bond county to know. But as an urankwa na race politics. Interests chamba cover and dream yawe na vision yawe. Non to he has a responsibility. No with the steering. The other day to Arewaza last year document on I put caution on Mutuma on this found new love and politically between the senator and the governor. People, kila mtu acheze raini yake because siasa tu ameingia juzi. I know something can happen going forward. I feel each and every person, constitution has a responsibility. Governor has a mandate. Senator has an oversight role. And that akedrua ngugewiti to kariu, then Mutuma find himself in an awkward position come 2027. No to interest if today bateta ni na Kadhuri Moronge na Kadhuri Moronge probably shift to a camp. That support probably akuona jakaya bank what will happen. Mutuma need to grow grassroots support. He has not picked Nkumuchwa. I hope you get of course I will tell this way. You need to build a grassroots support from ground kabisa mashinani, grow it organically other than relying on someone in 2027. Wow. That will be a real shock na surprise kama ona mono in 2027.
Right.
Yes.
Mheshimiwa Ken Panda 2 minutes. Mheshimiwa, you have pressured me Kilimanjaro to SGPV in 2 minutes. What's your take on this and maybe the solution?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Actually, show is
now what's the cause and the solution?
So it is somehow a disappointment.
No, it's not a disappointment.
Sexual based violence na kuna issues cha violence cha FGM, kuna hali pregnancies, kuna hali marriages na meru niringikite mono imantu jau na mono the Meru North dari kura the wigeri kurari na ana baba ingi mono anda hinge baskuru barali there yerio bale maternity. It is very unfortunate. It is something that we should not celebrate. Na ingwetikia lankona kanya kairi mutembe ino make sure umpa kanya inkonda kwalia mumeru on these issues. Kende nyani mbeja na my take na even I suggest a way forward on what each and every Kenyan or Meru person should do. No tutena responsibility. Maybe messenger kwa na arua it is a collective responsibility for all of us to ensure that our children are safe, to ensure that both gender is safe. Both
Babu, you nominated women MCs. Women. What are you doing?
Batu to ambirite program na itu gerete kuromba support from well wishers itu kwenda kudithia a serious campaign. Actually it approach it a number of offices na ibatuirite baga to support atueterete soonest possible but to support na logistics kenda tumba wita ku sensitize our people on issues use ya sexual based violence na all the other vices no to chingi mono including even drug abuse, drug and substance abuse. Idoketi our young men kapisa. Our young men inyabara bagurene ruandi gwa bamwerara runguru etanda. It is a problem that needs to be addressed. So Batu has nominated actually kondo shokeria chair wetu akaukaze ya nominated Honorable Secondina Kadho Mono nuntu she has put her foot forward to ensure that we get support from stakeholders kenda tumba sensitize our people on this issue. So in kwenda kuga going forward we want to come to do something. Nura Batu has nominated to take kiti na Karomba in county government to support on that issue non to kwena department ya county government ya Meru ina responsibility imbugete jama inge dagwa kwena department ina responsibility ya social protection. Na social protection you support to protect every individual in Meru. That is the work of that department. Going Kuromba department, you know, to take on Yaningo Gerita, no to Tondona, about to support, about to expertise, not to wearing to bate the young.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
I hope mheshimiwa moving forward okay au na group ya women leaders kindly puthira bwiko ya na the way forward ndabomba utumira kinya batu tubo support tubo we can go and do this.
Yes.
We can partner and tutethie kuthiria vices intene ya meru. So when you plan yourselves,
Yes.
kindly kinya batu tuire kenda wiki as a media tubo wati kinya batu weta na ground kenda at least tubo kinyela tubo na barabonde. Thank you Eric Kimathi, Eric Mutweri, Mheshimiwa ZNK, asante sana na thank you very much kire barabonde ba Grace Mubango yombere yo Ciaca Na Ugambi and ya Weru TV. It is going to be bigger and better moving forward. We have started on a very high gear na mwaka yuketha yuru mwa hitha wena ntukwembea beta mutembea dwat.